We're going to take a break, go to the news break. When we come back, we're going to get you an apartment of your own right after the news break.
Up next, police appeal for dash cam vision as a man is found dead at his Ingham home, with neighbours claiming they heard fighting before the incident. The wife of Corey Christensen, one of the victims of the Alva Beach stabbings, breaks her silence, speaking for the first time since the tragedy. While charges against the man who killed a Queensland bus driver with a petrol bomb have been sensationally dropped. And work on Townsville's Museum of Underwater Art begins. That's 9 News coming up next. Tonight, the wife of an Alva Beach stabbing victim breaks her silence.
The brother of a Queensland football legend jailed for a violent attack.
Police investigate the possibility of foul play after a man is found dead at his Ingham home.
We reveal when you'll be able to swim through Townsville's underwater museum.
And a mother on a mission setting out on an epic journey to raise awareness.
This is 9 News North Queensland.
Good evening. It's a sickening, unprovoked coward punch attack that knocked a man's teeth out at the hands of league legend Petro Civonicava's brother.
Tonight we can show you exclusively the vision that's landed Joshua Civonicava in jail, and all over a petty disagreement about a cigarette.
Shannon Marshall McCormack, 9 News.
The wife of one of the men stabbed to death in North Queensland has spoken for the first time. Let's go live to reporter Philip Calder. Phil, what did she say?
Well, Sam, Jay Christensen has gone to ground over the past few days as national media descends on the small town of Alva Beach near Ayr. Now, we understand that she fronted cameras late this afternoon, finally breaking her silence on these tragic events as the investigation enters its 5th day. She says she can't come to terms with the way her husband died or indeed why he was killed. Witness Candice Locke is still recovering in Townsville Hospital from a shoulder injury, and a 19-year-old man who was taken into custody was released without charge on Tuesday. Now, police had no update for us on the progress of the investigation, which remains shrouded in mystery. They say they still have no solid theories as to exactly what happened that night or how the 4 people were connected. Paul?
Bewildering and tragic. Phil Calder live for us there. Thanks, Phil. The sudden death of a 66-year-old man in Ingham is being treated as suspicious after reports he was involved in a fight just before he died. Police are investigating whether something sinister happened before the local truck driver collapsed in his home early yesterday morning.
Cordoned off, this house on Conroy Street was today declared a crime scene. Forensic investigators spent the day here trying to piece together the events that led to his death, and now are appealing for anyone with information to come forward. Police believe he got into an altercation with a man who's about 6 feet tall with a dark complexion. Gina Mosh, 9 News.
It's official, work has begun on the first stage of the Museum of Underwater Art off the coast of Townsville. The first piece will be easily visible from the Strand in less than a year.
It's been in discussions for 2.5 years. Touted as a game changer for Townsville tourism, the Museum of Underwater Art project is a go.
A mother who lost her child to suicide set out on an epic journey to raise awareness. Emma Bond will walk more than 500 kilometres up the Queensland coast to her son Peter's final resting place. She'll stop at 13 schools along the way to share her story.
Australian swimming sensations Taylor and Kaylee McEwen's newest challenge now lays outside the pool. The tight-knit family turning a cancer diagnosis into a story of hope, urging others to join their fight.
It's been a whirlwind year for the McEwens, the Commonwealth Games, the Pan Packs, but all the while behind the scenes. Natalie Wynn, 9 News.
Let's take a look at the average price of fuel in Townsville. You'll pay $1.56.9. The RACQ says that's almost the fair price.
Thieves in a stolen Hummer have gone on a terrifying highway rampage, smashing into vehicles, including an ambulance transporting a patient. Running out of wheels, they then tried to carjack other motorists who weren't letting them get away.
A demolition derby on one of Queensland's busiest roads.
Live now to Sam Cucciara. And Sam, you have breaking news on injured police officer Peter McCauley.
Paul, I can confirm for you tonight that the condition of Constable Peter McCauley has now improved from critical to stable. Of course, he has spent several days in an induced coma here at the PA hospital, but it certainly will be a long road ahead.
Yes, it's wonderful progress. Thank you, Sam Cucciara, reporting for us live there. Thank you, Sam. Police have released an image of a man they wish to speak to after an horrific assault on a young woman at Warwick in Queensland's southwest. Annie Puller is live for us in Toowoomba. Annie, has there been any progress in this investigation?
What's promising, Sam, is police say members of the public are beginning to come forward with crucial information regarding this brutal roadside attack in Warwick on Tuesday night. Now, the 22-year-old woman has described her attacker as a chubby build. She says he had short brown hair, around 174 centimetres tall, a heavy beard, and she believes he was in his late 30s. And they're urging anyone with information or dash cam to come forward. Paul.
Annie Puller live for us there in Toowoomba. Thank you, Annie. Queensland families could cop the cost of the state government's controversial waste tax. Councils are threatening to increase rates unless the government provides bigger subsidies to cover road and sewage waste.
Showers are on the way tonight across parts of Queensland, easing into tomorrow. Nicole joins us with more. Nicole, where will the heaviest falls be?
Well, Sam, the Darling Downs is expecting up to 20 millimetres of rain from late morning tomorrow. We'll get lighter falls right across the state's southeastern corner. The top end staying dry, not expecting any rain tomorrow, but humidity is rising as winds drop back. It's looking really hot in the tropics tomorrow. Temperatures expected to hit the high 30s for many areas. I'll join you a little later on in the bulletin with your full Friday forecast.
Thanks, Nicole. When 9 News returns, vital supplies headed for disaster-ravaged Indonesia with 2 Defence Force aircraft taking off from Darwin.
The White House jumps to Trump's defence again, this time for mocking an alleged assault victim.
She's at it again, the British PM's new dance moves to ABBA.
And toasters that don't toast and health food packed with sugar. The products earning an infamous Shonky Award.
Horror stories are emerging from residents at the epicentre of the deadly earthquake that hit the Indonesian island of Sulawesi. 9 News has gone to a village turned into a sinkhole where officials say thousands of people are still buried.
Ground zero in Balaroa, underneath the rubble of a church.
Sophie Walsh live for us now in Palu, Indonesia this evening. Sophie, much needed help is on its way.
Yes, Paul, very good news. 2 of our Defence Force aircraft are currently in the air bound for the disaster zone. They left Australia late this afternoon. They're due to arrive here in Palu in the next few hours. That help is going to go a very long way. Sam?
Sophie, yes, that's good news. The White House has all but cleared Donald Trump's Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh after finding no corroboration of sexual assault allegations.
British Prime Minister Theresa May has now become the dancing queen, busting a move to the ABBA classic. Lifting those hands and swinging those hips, the leader felt the beat at a Tory party conference in the UK. Her moves first went viral last month when she was caught dancing during a visit to South Africa.
They're Australia's shonkiest products, dangerous baby items, fake groceries, medical rip-offs and household appliances you shouldn't waste your money on.
The full details are coming up a little later. Next in 9 News though, fury over a dropped murder charge against a man who set alight and killed a bus driver.
Once plucked from prison by his gun-toting lover in a chopper, why this career criminal is staring down more jail time.
The simple injection that will transform the lives of arthritis sufferers.
Plus, Prince Harry's important advice for school children as the Duke and Duchess of Sussex visit Sussex.
Down under. In Brighton, Michael Best, 9 News.
Up next, the life-changing arthritis drug, now affordable for everyone, slashed to just $6.
It's mango season. The first tray goes under the hammer. How much did it fetch?
Next, netball's best go head-to-head will be live from the Sunshine Coast.
My portable cots have taken out the top spot at this year's Shonky Awards.
The Sunshine Coast will host thousands of netball players this week for a major netball meet attracting some of the country's best. Jordan Costa is there, but Jordan, it looks like you're not at a typical netball court.
Yeah, that's right, Sam. The festivities have kicked off here at Mooloolaba Beach with an all-star match. The atmosphere was quite electric as hundreds came down to watch the best in business battle it out. Now, speaking of, I'm joined by Kath Cox. So obviously this isn't quite the typical court that you're used to playing on. What did you expect out there?
Well, it is tough. It is very tough. We only played 2 5-minutes
and hopefully inspire the next generation of players. Sam?
Yes, certainly. Looks great. Thank you, Jordan Costa, reporting from us live from the Sunshine Coast. Thank you. Here's a man that loves a bit of beach netball. Paul Murphy joins us now. Murph, there's doubts over Greg Inglis's Kangaroos' future.
Yeah, that's right, Sam. I do love Manetti, but we'll hear from the man who's replaced GI shortly. Up next, Hugh Wally runs his eye over the youngster considered the heir to his Origin throne. Plus, the big names line up to take down the Brisbane International's local champion. Will Mother Nature pull the handbrake on drivers and fans at the Great Race? And is the end in sight for Australian racing's Queen of the Turf? After starting the season with the Northern Pride, Jake Clifford's rugby league dreams were simple: to make his debut with the Cowboys. But the 20-year-old has progressed much further, and on Saturday he'll play for the Prime Minister's 13 against Papua New Guinea. Hundreds are expected to fill the grandstand at Townsville Stadium this weekend for the finals of the Australian Junior Table Tennis Championships. And that is the night in sport. Coming up next, Nicole has all of your local weather details.
Good evening. Clear skies have made for a slightly cooler night in North Queensland. It got to 16 degrees, but thanks to northerly winds, it felt warm through the day, getting to a top of 28 in Townsville. Tomorrow, a ridge easing over the Queensland coast will push up humidity over the top end with fog and some light showers for the northwest and possible showers and storms further south under a trough, and that trough also delivering a few showers and increasing storms over southeast Queensland. To our capital cities now in Sydney, tomorrow it's looking like a rainy day, a cool 17 degrees the top, just 16 and cloudy in Canberra, warming up and becoming fine in Melbourne, a top of 20 degrees, Perth staying showery, 22 the maximum there. For Brisbane tomorrow, a bit of a miserable end to the working week, rain from late morning and the chance for late afternoon storm as well, staying a bit cooler through the day with a top of 25. No such worries for us in North Queensland. Beautiful sunny skies and warm winds pushing up our maximums as we head towards the weekend. Ingham expecting a top of 32 degrees tomorrow, 30 the top in the Burdekin, and out west reaching 33 degrees in Charters Towers. Having a look offshore, it's looking pretty good as well. Winds will get up to 20 knots a bit later on in the day, so best to head out early. Our high tide is due around 6:30 in the morning and our late high tide around 10 to 7 at night. Now, clouds are clearing over Townsville tomorrow and those northerly winds will pick up, becoming fairly strong in the morning, but they will ease off a bit later on in the day, helping to push our maximums up to a top of 29 degrees. Now, as we head into the weekend, we'll see the mercury rising even further, tops of 30 degrees on Saturday and Sunday. Some warm minimums on the way as well, getting into the 20s and staying there right through until next week. For the Burdekin, a really warm day tomorrow as well, getting up into the 30s. A bit of cloud about, but staying dry through the day. Again, feeling those northerly winds becoming fairly strong in the morning. Looking ahead, once again, we are in for a very warm weekend. Saturday, looking like the hottest day of the week, a top of 31 degrees, and maximums are staying in the 30s right through for the next 7 days. Those balmy minimums on the way as well, staying in the late teens from Sunday.
Thanks, Nicole. With so many products on offer, it can be hard to tell what's good or bad.
Luckily, Choice has done a lot of the work for us, thanks to its annual Shonky Awards. Not too much shonky about this. It's described as the holy grail of whisky with a price tag to match. One of the world's most sought-after bottles, the Macallan Valerio Adami 1926, has sold for a record $1.5 million in Scotland. Your shout, Sam.
That's 9 News for this Thursday. Thanks for joining us.
Good night.